My name is Ken Thornton, and I'm the security guard here at Saltair. I've been here since August. It's like December 5th right now. And Carl's asked me to give him a little tour of the place. All right, we got right here is the train that was the original train that brought the people from Salt Lake City to here. It's 50 cents per person. And they used to just pile up in here and hang outside like little monkeys, you know, trying to come out here, and nobody ever fell off. This was in the late 1800s, around 1895. This building is actually, if you look up at the roof here, the way it concaves, it's just beautiful architecture. Right now we've had some vandals break out the windows, unfortunately, and we're going to replace it with plexiglass. Basically, I'm renovating these freight trains right here. Shouldn't call them freight trains, passenger trains. This building right here is actually part of an original water slide that went up along the building here. They ended up converting it into a camel stable, and they had 2 camels out here inside there. And right now it's up in the air what they're going to do with it. They're going to paint it a decent color though. But right now this pond right here used to have a paddle boat gift shop in it. It's just a plain old pond right now. I might end up going ice skating in it. Behind me we have the grand staircase, which is original from the first Saltair. Currently we're in Saltair number 3. This is the original Saltair, okay, which burnt down in 1925. Over here we have Saltair 2, as we can refer to. And this was basically an amusement park. As you can see, the roller coaster right here. And here's a couple of some real nice honeys back then. This is a model of the original Saltair building, built in 1893. This is actually a concert hall for many major events. Limp Bizkit, Cypress Hill, Parliament and Funkadelic. This is a venue of between 2,000 and 4,000 people. One of the interesting things about Saltair, there's a lot of hidden rooms, and I just discovered one recently. So let me show you. Here's a hidden room that I want to point out to y'all. I've never been in it. And it goes up to an area I don't even know about. This little area right here is like an observation post that leads up to the various parts of the roof. We're on the roof right now, and Salt Lake City is 16 miles east of here. If you look out here, you can see the Great Salt Lake in the distance. It used to actually be up to the building itself, but because of the 6-year drought that we're in, it's 2004 right now, it's receded a third of a mile. This is where I tie my dog up. There's a cement dog house. He's got the penthouse suite, and he's got a little tunnel that goes all in between and connects him. He really likes it. This is one of the domes that we have on top of the building. We're inside the dome right now, and the local swallows, they make their home here during the winter. Until a couple of years ago, these boulders, where they sit, is where the water level went to. But because we're in a 6-year drought right now, the water has receded about a third of a mile out. We get about 500,000 people a year from around the world come take a dip in the Salt Lake, but they kind of get disappointed when they have to walk a third of a mile. It's kind of funny. They travel 10,000 miles and they don't want to walk 10 minutes out to the Great Salt Lake. Who knows? A lot of people think this is sand. It's actually not. It's called Eli, and it's calcium deposits mixed with salt. In the mornings, I like to come out here and take walks as the weather permits. There's something about this place, the vastness, that it's just peaceful. It almost makes you look inward instead of outward. It's almost like you identify with the sacred in you. About 14 months I spent in Cedar Mesa area, and that kind of had a large influence on me when it came to petroglyphs. This petroglyph right here depicts 4 tribes coming in, staying this length of time. There was dissension and they split up at the very end and continued on their migration. This right here is a shaman petroglyph. It's a tool that the shamans use to cross over to the other side, the sacred side. This one in particular depicts a prayer. Being out here by myself is lonely at times. And I've noticed that I have a tendency to look inward and reflect upon a lot of things in my life. And I realize that it could drive a person insane, literally. We've had a rash of people coming out here and destroying some of this property. These shower heads used to be really complete, and I came out one night and all the water was rushing out in this big thing of ice. The next day I fixed it, and that same night they broke them again, so I just went ahead and capped them off. This is my dog, Mac. This is one of the things that helps keep my sanity. He's a very good dog. He's a great wash dog. He's a little excited right now because I just came back to visit him. Hey, buddy. Yeah, come here. And this is what I call my car room, basically a rec room. Here's what's important to me in my life. My hiking. Some of the artifacts that I found are very, very sacred to me. These are some of the places that I've hiked to in southeastern Utah near Blanding. I am a practicing shaman, Native American influence, and this is my healing stick, my sage brush. This is my shaman rattle, and this is my staff. Everything on here has meaning. It is very personal. Every color, every shape has a very direct meaning, and it reminds me of the sacred inside of me. This is a reminder, everything here. This is my little cooking area that I rigged up. This is actually just like an office area, and I made it into a kitchen area. I've got my stove, got my microwave, and a little something. This here is my room. I chat on the internet here, talk to friends, email. My television, I got basic television. This here is my shotgun. We do have some break-ins sometimes. And it's my equalizer, and all I have to do is cock it, and I've had to basically intimidate a few people to leave the property before, but that's alright, that's par for the course. But some of the things that I do while I'm around here. What I view this place as is a situation for me to continue my writing. I make really good money. I'm on my 14th rewrite of my first feature-length film. I've made 6. And that begins in the spring. I've got the budget for that, the locations, and the main characters casted in the film. My hopes right now are that I can at least last till the spring. If this place don't drive me crazy, of course. It's a lot different at night. And it's hard to convey in words what this place does to a person. Every little sound is amplified. But anyway, I would hope that I can last till the spring, and that would give me a lot of money to go forth and do some other things that I want to do besides the film. But if not, I'm just going to play it month by month right now and hope for the best, but really I'm unsure of what I want to do at this point in time.
January 30th, 2005, election day in Iraq. About a week and a half ago, this little icon of some sort, looks like a calendar, it looks like Japanese writing, made by this gentleman. How that worked out is I was standing outside, it was a real foggy morning, and I seen somebody standing here. I thought it was a boulder, and I knew from my cell phone it was about 20 minutes that this person stood here, and then they walked away. And I came out here and I saw this interesting image on the ground, and I'm wondering how this guy was able to do it from outside the circle without making any footprints inside the circle. It's so big that I can't conceive how it was made, but it's really interesting designs. Well, I don't know, it could be Native American, who knows, but it's pretty weird. I bought this motorhome on Christmas Eve. It was $3,200 on the market, and I bought it for $18 cash. Now, I'm making a film this spring, and I need to go down to southern Utah. Instead of paying for motel rooms for the actors that are already signed on, instead of having them all carpool down and pay for their fuel, just buy a motorhome and put them up. So it's kind of like an investment. It's a real nice condition. It's a 1976, and I'm really happy with it. Very clean. The highlight of the motorhome, this is the very big bathroom considering. Got the showers. I mean, it's just humongous. I'm going to go ahead and install some solar panels on my motorhome because I'm going to be spending a lot of time in the most remote area of Utah, southeast Utah, possibly the most remote place in the United States, as some say. During the last part of November, it was very cold out here, unlike godly cold for November. And I like to take walks on the lake, and I found some wet clothes along the shore one day, and I thought that was really odd. Well, I didn't think much of it after that, and about a week went by, and I went out there again, and I found some really old wet clothes again. Well, I happened to be doing research on this place, and I found out that there was a ghost, supposedly, supposed to be walking around here, and it was this black gentleman who worked for the cemetery, and he got accused of necrophilia. Well, they banished him to Fremont Island, and they came back a short time later, and he was gone. Well, there had been reports of a black man walking along the Great Salt Lake with wet clothes in his arms. This place is very mystical, a lot of happenings, Native Americans, it has a history, and it's a very ancient, mystical place. We had a windstorm here about 2 weeks ago, and it took all the boats along the marina over there and flipped them up on the dock and that. But anyway, as a result, part of the building over there, some of the windows got busted in. It was like 90-mile-an-hour winds. Well, I came out here, and there's hundreds of birds that's been picked away by the seagulls. But I speculate that all the birds got really messed up in the wind somehow and got slammed on the ground or something. But if you look around, there's just hundreds of them all over the place. Are you lost? Are you lost? About 2 months ago, I was in the bathroom, and my dog came into the bathroom, started sniffing away at the shower curtain. And I was curious what he was smelling, so I opened it up, and there was a black cat. And the cat just went up at me, something like out of a movie. And my dog tried to chase it out, and I tried to chase it out with a broom, and finally the dog tried to bite it, and the cat jumped up and grabbed its face, and the dog just chomped down on his body and crushed it. Killed it outright. And I put it in a plastic bag, and I put it outside my door. The next morning I came out, picked up the bag, the body was stiff, I put it inside this dumpster. A week later, Sam worked in the gift shop here at the building, said she saw the same exact cat. And they brought that cat out here a couple years ago to get the mice. Well, then a couple days later, I saw the same exact cat. So go figure. Something weird going on, but could be that a cat walked its way out 16 miles across the Great Salt Lake and came out here as a fluke. Who knows? I'm getting ready to check out this room, this hidden room I've been thinking about for the last 6 months. I don't know what's up there. I'm gonna check it out.
We're inside the room right now. And supposedly there's supposed to be a ghost that was reported being seen climbing up them steps. The story goes that this lady in the 1800s came out here and her boyfriend didn't want her to come out. He came out and a jealous rage killed her, kept her body underneath the pier tied up, and then took the body to the University of Utah to allow some of the medical students to do autopsies on her. And I heard there's supposed to be some kind of newspaper report to this effect, but I'm getting out of here. This is the game I like to play with Mac. Check this out. Come here, Mac. Come here. Come here. Come here, Mac. Come here. Ready, set, go get it. Come here, Mac. Go get it. Good boy. Come here. Hey, it's May 28th, 2005. I made it through the winter. Whew. Come here, Matt. Matt, come here. Bend the ball. Bend the ball. As you can see, we now have spring here in full effect. We got snakes, rabbits, seagulls, mud swallows, all kinds of animals. It's like an oasis out in the middle of nowhere. It's quite an amazing place. Well, as you can see, the Great Salt Lake has come up quite a bit because we've had record snowfall on the mountains. People are expecting the lake to come up to the current regular level. Some people say that it's going to actually come into the building again, but who knows? It's been quite an interesting winter out here. Learned a lot about myself and got my writings done. Got some really positive things done about my film, and I bought a geo tracker to get back into the outback of some of the film locations that I'm going to. Come on, Mac! We got the mud hens that's been here for the last month. We started off with just one. And now we got probably 300 or 400, I'm guessing. See some of the eggs right here, eggshells, and they're getting ready to be let out of the nest, I guess. So we're going to probably see thousands upon thousands of them here. They feed off the fish in the pond. There's little fish in there, so it's kind of a nice little balance. Somebody would have introduced another animal of some sort to throw everything out of whack. Birds with all this crap all over the buildings, and the owners don't like it too well. Drop it. Good boy. 3 weeks I'm out of this place. They pretty much had it on the market for sale. Renovation's complete. They're the buyer that put down earnest money, and so my position here won't be needed anymore. So my plans are to move down back to Moab, where the film's going to be filmed at. And get back to hiking. Man, I have become lazy during the winter. My plans are down in Moab to go ahead and confirm the locations, start a storyboard. I'm looking forward to getting out of this joint. It's getting old. Been here 11 months. So it'll be nice for a new change. I'm gonna go pick up this garbage can right here that blew around. I'll go lay down, Matt. This here is the Kokopelli. Name of my film, Kokopelli Trickster. It's the world's oldest petroglyph. Etched, goes back to prehistoric times. And some say he's a trader. He trades seeds and goods and that. Some say he's magic. The symbol represents fertility. There you go.
Mac's thirsty. He gets out there on that salt flat and starts picking up that little rubber thing. Mac.
Get it, get it, get it. All right, get it, there you go. Get it. Get it. This is the target for vandalizing, big time. 3 or 4 times a week I'm either kicking people out of the building that broke in while I'm there, or kicking them off the property. We had this one case where these kids stayed after hours and stayed in this closet upstairs, and Mac lifted his head up. He heard some kind of noise, I guess, and I went upstairs and I heard these people moving around. Well, I assume it was people, and kind of freaked me out, and I told him, okay, get out! You're in there, I got a shotgun, you can run out of the building now, or we could do things the hard way. And I counted from 3 to 1, and they jumped out the door and ran out the front door. Kind of a shaky experience. Behind me is where the stage used to be, but they almost turned this place into a Bonneville Speed Racer car museum, and they took it out. Well, the deal fell through, and so now we have a stack of wood sitting over here doing nothing, and they're probably end up going to turn this place into a concert hall anyhow, so they get to put Humpty Dumpty back together again with all the nails and stuff. Well, I was given liberty to go ahead and set up this system my own, and then they reimbursed me. So what I did is I set up 2 cameras, one for the exterior, one for the interior. I've got motion sensors galore with, I can tell what area the place or building they are, they're coded. I've got sounds where I can hear a mouse fart. So this place is wired for sound. Yep, it's been 11 months since I've first moved in. I went through a whole range of experiences, and I'm looking forward to leaving. I love staying here, and maybe I'll be back. Who knows?